Hello and good day, everybody. Welcome to the Argus Research Group Investigations, Safety and Risk Consulting YouTube channel and podcast. Argus Research Group is a licensed private investigations and safety risk management consulting agency in the province of Ontario. My name is Eric Poirier, the founder and director of Argus Research Group, a safety risk consultant, a licensed private investigator, and a certified peace investigative interviewer, as well as a community and workplace traumatologist. Argus Research Group provides services to individuals and workplaces across the province, as well as within Canada. We also often collaborate with other investigative and consulting service providers. We're very grateful for these meaningful partnerships and professional relationships. Together, we provide our clients with intelligent solutions that assist them and their business as they keep moving forward. Today, we want to actually continue our discussion concerning the trauma-informed mindset and how we apply this during effective communications in terms of incident response, investigations, and investigative interviewing. This time we're going to dive a bit deeper into the building trust and rapport phase. Keep in mind that's something that you want to continue throughout the entire conversation and the professional relationship you have, that trust and that rapport. I want to begin by making note of the following. Many may observe this, I know I have, yet it may have also become forgotten. Does anyone remember watching a child drop a sippy cup more times than they can remember? I do. But with time, discipline, and commitment, they'll finally trust their grip, hold on to the cup, and take a sip. What's the takeaway? Similar to the relentless effort the child put into independently holding their cup, it takes time, discipline, and commitment to build rapport and trust with those we interact with during the incident response and the investigation process. What is rapport? By definition, it's a friendly, harmonious relationship, especially a relationship characterized by agreement, mutual understanding, or empathy that makes communication possible or easy. As I discussed on Bell Let's Talk Day, we also need to be emotionally available. If we're not, we got to stop and rethink about what we're doing. Rapport is an essential element to building and maintaining trust with the people we are engaged with. During any interaction, especially during an investigative interview, rapport is one of the many very important building blocks to a reliable and successful discussion. Building rapport takes time, discipline, and commitment. So we need to take the time to listen, to understand, and not to respond. One of the biggest mistakes one can make is making up their minds or leading with their biases before they've had a meaningful conversation. This may seem odd, but we have 86,400 seconds in a day, which brings us to 1,440 minutes in 24 hours. We're going to use just a bit of that time while we're doing an investigative interview. For myself, I've been in interviews that have lasted over 4 hours, and some more, of course, with taking some breaks. But it would be reasonable to think that if we have the opportunity to do so, we should try to begin our rapport building far before the interview stage. This can be done. Let's say I'm saying this because of my experiences in the private sector. I've never been in law enforcement, so I can't speak of it. But where we often organize and plan the interview with people ourselves during the various times of day or night. And this could be done during the week, on the weekends. In the private sector, again, that's what I've had to deal with. But build that rapport right at the initial contact. Before we begin, we should make sure that we've planned out our objective, though, and that we're able to commit ourselves to it. Always be prepared to work the plan. Remember, Murphy can show up anytime. As we begin the rapport building phase, we need to measure our own capabilities, do some background research, remove any conflicts of interest and biases, and be sure that we have the logistics and resources to move forward with the interview. This will pay dividends to both of us, to both of you, in the future and in the end. After the meeting is scheduled, we got to be reliable. Arrive before the set start time to give time for extras. Murphy, remember? Murphy comes knocking at the door, rings the doorbell, and yes, I'm going to use this analogy, or Murphy slides right on in like Kramer from Seinfeld. I realize I might get some ridicule for mentioning that, but that's basically what happens and what it feels like. Keep in mind, we will always have the time to explain why we will be late, but we might not ever get the time to explain why we never made it. Similarly, we will always have the time to be upfront, honest, and forthcoming with people we are interacting with in terms of investigations, interviews, when we're planning a meeting. But we might not ever get the time to explain ourselves or get the facts if we're untruthful, deceptive, duplicitous, or unreliable. There are many times a person we are interviewing will have to interact with the investigator for us, the interviewer, more than once. So being honest, acting with integrity, and humility is extremely important if we want our interactions to be meaningful and for the professional interactions to continue. This is a good topic in my mind. I am hopeful that I've covered what I have covered today has been informative and insightful. Depending on the circumstances that prompted the need for our interaction, building trust and rapport may not be the easy task. But with an open mind, patience, commitment, and discipline, we open more opportunities for meaningful interactions. This is important in terms of recognizing that we may be introduced to a high risk, what could be reasonably perceived as traumatizing for an incident. Investigating a high risk or navigating the landscape of a formal interview from a boardroom, we must take the time to slow down and listen, without bias and free of judgment, no matter what. Also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the positive impact of being trauma-informed can have during the interaction that we just discussed. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts and or questions. Thank you very much for your time and consideration, everyone. And remember, when it comes to third-party investigations, in most cases, it's recommended that an unbiased and impartial third party conduct the investigation. Who would be considered an impartial person according to legislation? They would be unbiased, with no conflict of interest, and in good standing with their professional body. Who would be the most appropriate third party to investigate? The person could be someone who is a certified human resources professional, a lawyer, a licensed private investigator. It should be noted that if someone conducts workplace investigations as a primary part of their business, they need to be properly licensed, usually as a lawyer or private investigator. For us, we have a passion for investigations, investigative interviewing, and mental health. Our main goal is do no harm, and to provide our clients with information and intelligence that is fact-based and reliable so we can move forward and succeed with confidence. Thank you all for taking the time to watch and or listen. Feel free to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our podcast. You can visit our website at argusresearch.ca for more insights on investigations, safety and risk management, and how we can build an intelligence profile that works for you and your business. And one more thing, if you're looking for strategies and need solutions, we'll get you results. Stay safe, everybody.